I'm on the last set here for lesson number 6, and we have the difference in height between 30 meters up a cliff and 87 meters up a cliff. What is the distance between the positions? So distance between positions like this could be helpfully seen on just a basic number line, vertical in this case since we're going elevation. And 30, if 30 is right here, then 87 is probably right about here, right? And the question is, what's the difference, or the distance between those two things? So to find that distance, all we have to do is 87 minus 30, and that would give us 57. So the distance there is 57 meters. That's pretty simple. Now the next one's a little bit tougher. What's the difference in height between an albatross that's flying 100 meters above the surface of the ocean and a shark that's 30 below? So let's use the same number line here. Let's say we got our albatross here at 100, and we've got our shark that's swimming down here at 30 below. So look, 30 below would be right about here. And we want to know the distance between those two numbers. So a way to find that with subtraction is just to take the two numbers and subtract them. Right? That's one way to get the answer. Or you could think about on the number line how far this section is and how far this section is. And 0 to 100 is 100 meters. And then 0 to negative 30 is another 30 meters. So that bird is 100 plus another 30 away, and so the distance between them, if it was right above it, would be 130 meters, because 100 plus 30 equals that. Or that's also the same as doing 100 minus negative 30, because add the opposite, it's really the same thing. You get the distance between them. And that's number 3. Number 4, we have to find the difference, so we just got to do a little bit of work. I got space over here. I'll do A and B, and then I'll do C and D over here. So A, negative 5 minus 6 is the same as negative 5 plus the opposite of 6. The signs are the same, so I'm going to add them together and get negative 11. Part B, 35 minus negative 8. That is the problem. And if I add the opposites, keep the first number the same, and add its opposite, this becomes 43 as my answer, and positive. Alright, so C over here. 2/5 minus 3/5. 2/5 minus 3/5. Doing you a favor there, the denominators are the same, so that's nice. You're taking away more than you have, so if you think of this as adding the opposites, then the negatives have more absolute values, so they're going to win the sign, and we need to subtract these and get 1. Negatives win. The denominator just stays the same, so negative 1/5 for that one equals negative 1/5. Alright, last one, D. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it as an addition statement. Negative 4 and 3/8 plus 1 1/4. So I already got it in addition form. I added the opposites. The signs are different, so I need to subtract them. So my subtraction setup would, let's go up here. I got more space up here, so this is where I'm going to work it out. I got to subtract them, so I've got 4 and 3/8, and I'm going to subtract 1 1/4. Now hold the horses there. I don't want to use 1 1/4 because the denominators are different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite 1/4 with a denominator that has an 8 on the bottom, but is still equivalent to 1/4. So that would be 2/8. Now I can subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 4 minus 1 is 3. And if I look at my signs, the negatives win. So the answer here would be negative 3 1/8. And that takes care of number 3 and all of the questions on number 4 for lesson 6.